Of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I'm your host, the Amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me this morning. Once again, I'm having technical problems. Last year about this time and the year before, whenever I was working for a remote IT company, about this time of the year, about this time of the day, almost every day, my internet goes down. Off and on, it'll just kind of, so if I lose you guys, I apologize. It does happen. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It's Thursday. We're going to talk about stuff here in just a minute. We'll be back. Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, you know, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep. Back and forth upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it followed I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am, had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, people... So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not... Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, Oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
All right, we are back. Thank you all for joining us. I got my wonderful co-host Ryan with me here. Good morning, Ryan. How are you doing?
Ta-da! Good morning.
Ta-da. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far.
Thus far, yes.
Thus far, staying out of trouble. You know, let me ask you, I keep forgetting to ask you, how's it going on your medicine? You said you were back on your medi.
Finally got my meds. Finally got my meds. Doing it okay. Shite. I didn't take them today.
Do you need to go? Well, go take one. I'll be here. I'll talk to people while you take one. It's important.
Okay, yeah, I do need to do that.
We'll get to watch you get all.
I'm out of habit.
Yes. All right, we are back. She's going to do the thing at the place with the stuff. Boom. Some of the comments make us look like a bunch of retards. Listen, we're not keen. This is a thing people are moving towards. I'm an old person, so it's words I use often myself, or used to use often myself. Not actually towards anyone who's retarded, but it's unkind. We don't. How do you put it? We don't use the R word anymore. Yeah, apparently, it's insulting to the mentally disabled. There are reasons. I'm learning. To be honest, it used to be just something we called people who were idiots, who were just being dumb. But man, so if you could, I'd appreciate you avoid using it in my chat. Not that it bothers me, but it's going to set off other people. And you just don't want that kind of trouble. I'm just saying, it's just kind of cool. Ableist slur. Yeah, it's an ableist slur. And a lot of people, I mean, like I got to say, man, if you're from the older generation, c'est moi, it's not that big a deal, or wasn't. But now we're coming along, you know that. But there are. Let me just do this. This is bugging me. There are, you know, mentally disabled people are not a demographic that you can still make fun of. Apparently, the only demographics that you can make fun of nowadays are fat people. Apparently, that's still okay, and general white men. Other than that, though, you really shouldn't be picking on anybody. Just saying. Swing up, not down. Don't swing down. Hi, girl. How's it going?
Okie dokie.
Awesome sauce. Well, thank you for coming back. Anyway, let me get
Yes, I made it back. I made it back.
Waiting for you. I'll see if I can clear up your stuff there just for a second. Boop, 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 boop. That's not the way to go. Awesome. Look how that goes.
It's so. Now, why did my lights go out?
Your lights? Did your lights go out?
Yeah, my lights went out. Like, seriously?
There you go. All right, cool. We're all good now. So I hope you had a great week. Hope everybody had a great week. Why? Because Weed Bro is here. Secular Feelist is here. Equus is here. Guys, again, I'm having a hard time with my internet this morning. Bear with me. Pardonnez-moi as we go through this. And we see how that's going to, hopefully, it'll hold. And see, while you were gone, good morning, Demone Green. Thank you for joining us. While you were gone, somebody used the R slur in the chat, not against somebody else, just against, we used, and it's just some of our demographic that hasn't come along. So I made the thing. I was like, it's an ableist slur and we try not to use it. I haven't checked the chat to see how the person reacted. I don't want to know how they reacted. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to start a fight this morning. I'm just trying. I'm just rubbing your balls, man. I'm just telling you, if you don't want to get in trouble with people, don't say that word.
You don't want to, you don't want to hurt people, and it's unnecessary. It just don't need to be. It just is.
It is. So yeah, I appreciate that. Of course, not everybody gets it. I mean, no.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I don't ask why. Society goes, this is a thing that we're not doing because why? Okay, that makes sense to me. Makes sense. you know. Of course, again, whenever I used, if you will, the R slur throughout my life, it was never that I remember towards an R person. It wasn't that we never used it that we never hurt them that way. Wasn't our intention. But that's not how the world sees it. So,
yes, Republican is the R slur.
It sure is. If it isn't, it should be. Again, you guys go about yourself. We do have atheism in common. They're locked on law. We may have other things that are not in common. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to. Hey, Anonymous Pie is in the chat this morning. Good morning, Anonymous Pie. Guess what, Left-Handed Jedi? I have been working on doing some AI stuff, creating AI images and stuff like that. It's taken a lot. It's not my thing, but I've downloaded stuff and I'm figuring it out. There's a difference between 5B and WAN and SDXL and this version and T to I and T to V and I to V. And, there's just a lot of shit to figure out. And I'm still working on it.
Lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn, but it's fun. I'm having a good time. I'm kind of waiting to see, I'm kind of waiting until I get something good. I want to show the evil one. I don't think she's watching today, but I want to show her some of the things I've been doing, but I don't want to show her these people with 3 legs, or here's my head on a body and there's a hand coming out with the fire. I've been having problems getting it together. Anyway, it's been fun though. It's been a good time.
Good.
Let's see. No poll obstructing the chat. It's a miracle. Yeah, there's no poll. I didn't do a poll today. I was just like, I've been having issues. Demone says I was a Mormon for a year and escaped. Good for you. Does that make me a cult survivor too? In a way, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
A cult.
Yeah, you qualify.
They are a cult.
Yeah, you do qualify. You get to get a card. You're a card carrying cult
I carry
survivor.
mine around everywhere.
There you go. Mr. Peabody says, no worries. When I call you an asshole, Chris, don't take it personally. I never do. I got to be honest. Let's talk about that just for a minute. Whenever I first started up this channel, long time ago, I was really worried about people hurting my feelings. I'm going to say something, and then somebody's going to go, that's not wrong. Then I'm going to be all embarrassed because I put out a video or I misspoke, or somebody's going to call me names. And, when my first little bit, I did I made a video and I put the wrong text or something, and I'd pull it down and I'd fix it. Or somebody would try to hurt my feelings or argue with me. And it took me a little bit, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. If they don't like me, especially if they're commenting and they're bashing my political videos, I don't care what they think. I've seen who they cheer for, so I don't give a fuck what they think. Nowadays, I don't really. I saw this guy. His name is I don't remember his name right off. He does this stream scheme. He's a streamer. It helps other streamers build their channel. And what he does is like not TikTok, it's Twitch and YouTube. He focuses on Twitch and YouTube. And he's sitting there one day and he pops up this video and he goes, if I can think of his name, I will. He's a really cool guy. Man, I hate to say that. I want to take a break for a little while. All the comments are really getting to me and it's just really hard. I just kind of got to get away from it emotionally. Like, what the fuck comments could you be having? Man, that lesson you taught, there's an easier way to do it. I don't know what that guy was going through, what kind of problems he was having. But it's nothing compared to the shit we get. I would imagine. I don't know, but
I guess it just goes to say everybody gets shit to some degree. I guess just some more than others, maybe.
Yeah, I really enjoy the guy. Let me go see if I can find him. He's an Australian. Oh, I think he's an Australian. But don't hold that against him.
Nah.
Let's see. Stream Scheme, I think it is.
You can't help where you were born.
Stream Scheme. Yeah, I don't remember his name. Let's see. I don't remember, but he's got a. Anyway, here you go. I'll show you guys. This dude. Let's go. Here. And he's fun, but just to imagine that this guy would get hate, like the kind of hate that would make you go, oh shit, I don't want to do this anymore. I need to take a break. Just kind of surprises me, I'm just saying. All right, so here we go.
Growing on YouTube is brutal, difficult, and at times feels impossible. But YouTube as a platform does more for small creators than any other platform. For example, did you know they saved 3 slots on every homepage to promote small creators with under 1,000 subs? It's true. If you're small and upload a video, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, just kind of, I don't know what kind of hassle he gets, but I see like, and I don't even know what you get, girl. I can only imagine the kind of shit you get. Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. Yeah, if you want to learn how to use OBS, he does some of that stuff too. But I've seen some of the comments that Godless Mom gets. Women have an entirely different battle to fight.
Yeah,
men will shit on a woman in a chat easier. I mean, men on the internet are pretty braver than they are in public. But when it comes to a man talking to a woman or a man talking to a man, it's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. No holds barred on the internet.
Really, you're a woman. You shouldn't be saying things. You have no right to speak. Or what opinion should you have? Or you should be barefoot and pregnant. Or it's just hard. I can't imagine.
It's like the same regurgitated cut downs that I've heard my entire life. Like, I wish they would come up with something new. I think that's what annoys me the most. Is just I'm bored of it. I'm bored of like the same old. Like, do something different. Yeah.
Is it gonna get any better?
Mm-hmm. Like, prove to me how much better and smarter you are. I want to see you create content. Like, especially when somebody with no name, no face comes to say something ridiculous about maybe information. How about you go against the arguments? Why don't you argue against my points? How about that? Make your own video and show me what you're working with. But you won't, you pussy. I try to call him a pussy as much as possible.
Do you? Yeah, it's one of those things, you know. It's just one of those things. Dennis Leary, "I'm an Asshole" is a cool song. Yeah, that is. Good morning, gray old dude. Secular Feelinist, Locked on Law, Left-Handed Jedi. Let's see, like apologist. I don't know if you saw I wasn't watching the chat. Left-Handed Jedi. If you got feels about the AI stuff and info you want to share, just hit me up on Discord, and because I'm learning. I'm still learning. Green Day is here. These red pill swallowers just can't figure out why no one wants to date them. Right? I don't know who they're talking about. Talking about us. Who are they talking about?
Yeah, nobody wants to date us.
You know, I've been married for 10 years and I've had more ass than you've sat on. So we're talking about how we can't get pussy. I mean, I don't think they're talking about us.
No, I know they're not. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, but hey, the loneliness epidemic is a thing. There's a real, but it's not like anybody's fault other than themselves. Like, people only want to be around good people. If nobody wants to F you, it probably has to do with your personality.
It probably is. I remember seeing this one post where this guy was like, every trans person I've ever met has just been a horrible, angry person. And they're like, maybe the thing in common is you. You're the reason why they're horrible, angry people.
Right. That's maybe when they're faced with you saying your ignorant, putrid, vile stuff that just falls out of your lips, maybe you change the atmosphere.
You know, that's good thinking. Demoni Green, "I'm a loner, so it works." Yeah, that's a good one. Imbecile was a good word. I think you can. Yes, I do believe you can. I think. I like that word. See, some of these terms are literal scientific terms to describe people, or they were, and they even were correlated to an IQ chart. So if you were to say someone was an idiot, they had an IQ under 65. If they were or 85, if they were a simpleton, it was under 75. If they were, you know, there really was. An imbecile would be like 65 and under with an IQ, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know if it's still that way. I very seriously doubt they still do that, but
Wowzers.
Dog having them OnlyFans. Dog them having OnlyFans. Strixie's chat. Matt Big is here. Good. Hey, Matt Pig, how's it going? Comic Brandon, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a day or two. I don't remember seeing you yesterday. These dudes are the ones who pay for sex and use money as status, then call women gold diggers and dogs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's very true.
Wild. It's kind of wild how they do that. But then it's always that same thing that we've pretty much been saying, like that blanket statement is every time they point the finger, the likelihood is it's some kind of projection to what they're feeling on the inside about themselves. Right. Nothing to do with us. It's just how they feel about themselves.
So true. Good morning, Lil of all trades. Thank you for joining us. And Kelly is here today. Goodness gracious, all you fantastic people are sneaking in. Equus, good morning. Good morning, Austin Sims. Wow.
All the hotties are here.
What's that?
All the hotties are here.
All the hot. That's right. That's right. Ember's here. Is Bree here too? Did Bree sneak in?
Lil's here. There's Lil.
Lil is here. Yeah, I did see Lil. And Ember, there's Ember. Lil, I thought, all right, forgive me. You're Helen, right? And if you're Helen, then didn't I see you were like having medical issues a couple of days ago? And if you are Helen, and if you were having medical issues a couple of days ago, I hope you're doing okay.
I know. I believe Helen is Fireside. The Fireside Fire Friends. You know what I'm talking about,
right?
Lil is just Lilith.
Oh, Lil is Lilith. Okay, so I missed. Okay, because that's what I thought. But the other day during the stream, somehow I misunderstood. I thought the wrong thing.
I'm terrible with names. To be fair, I'm surprised I even remember sometimes.
Yeah, true enough. Let me see what's going on over here. Nothing. There ain't nothing going on over there. All right. I don't have a poll today, so we're just gonna have to wing it. The topic of the day, though, is God's Gone Wild, the craziest deities in history. Now, we can talk about God. God's, we talk about God a lot, but what about Zeus? We never talk about Zeus.
And he was fracking crazy.
He was crazy. That dude had some issues. I mean, again, he got a lot of ass too, but it was the wrong kind of ass.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, hello, sister. Hello, daughter. Hello, any female, just kind of thing.
That one time that his wife, I believe, tricked him and had him reveal himself to the girl he was going to sleep with. He wanted to sleep with this maiden or whatever. Okay. And she told the maiden, like, you should ask Zeus to reveal himself to you. And so she did. And he was like, I can do that. And then he electrocuted her because that was how he comes in a lightning bolt. So he went from going to effer to really effing her.
Wow.
Right? Like, owie zowie.
Right. I mean,
like, dude, you have control over that. You didn't have to do that.
Right. Oh, have you seen Hancock with Will Smith?
Yes. Yeah. Like the evil hero or
Superman kind of guy. Yeah. You remember him having sex in his trailer? And he's like, oh, get off. And he pushes her to the side and you see the holes coming through the house or through his little trailer. That's hilarious. Just imagine, like, for her own safety.
I just saw the episode on Stargate where they had the braces that gave them superpowers. And I was like, yes. They really should go have sex. I'm just for science. For science. I was actually thinking of Ember saying, for science.
Yeah. Take one for the team. Yeah. That was a fun episode. I dig it. There's a lot. It just made me think of that. If you had an opportunity to do something like super powerful and feel more than you've ever felt, and your senses are like intensified, you're going to eat and you're going to fuck. That's what you're going to do. That's what I would do. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. My lights are freaking out. My lights are not freaking out. I am freaking out my lights because I'm a weirdo.
I saw it change a little bit.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that, guys. Pardon. Let's go back to here. There we go. Pardonnez-moi. Okay, let's see. Take a couple for the team. I like the Roman gods. They have a god for everything except premature ejaculation, but I hear that's coming soon. Way to go, Glenn. That's a good one. I dig that one. One of the things that I've always thought was fascinating is that the Romans stole the Greek gods, if I remember correctly. They kind of renamed them, appropriated them for their own. That seems to happen a lot, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes.
How many different names has Ashira had? Pardon me.
Oh, goodness.
Right? Well, if you could name them all, right?
I mean, yeah, if you could name them all, there's probably at least 5 titles that I like know off the top of my head, but there's probably more than that. I would assume, you know, that we just might be lost in time or just are in a book and I don't know about.
Right. There's just a lot. It's just one of those things. Well, you know, the story of Gilgamesh becomes Noah's Ark. We have so many different times throughout history where these crazy gods from one group influence other people. We actually talked about on this show, if it was possible that the ancient Greek gods were the Nephilim in the Bible, because that's what they were described as, right? Ancient Greek gods, half man, half god. Nephilim, half man, half god. Was their influence, Greek influence, somebody, you know, some kind of influence where they saw them, had it, you know, it's possible. I don't know that it's true. I don't know that it could be proven, but it's an interesting correlation that they're right there side by side.
It really depends it depends how you look at the story. Like there's so many layers to that because they were called the B'nai Elohim, and B'nai Elohim goes back to Ugaritic times. Like, so that goes into like 1500 BCE, 1600 BCE, and probably even beyond. So it depends. Yeah, there could be and that story comes much later. Right. So there could be influenced by that time. I don't know.
Well, you know, there is quite a span of Greek history before BC. So you're talking about the Ugaritic period. Well, the Greek history goes before that.
How far does it go back, actually?
Well, the Hellenistic period starts at 323 BC.
No, I'm talking about 1600 BCE.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how far back it goes.
That's what I'm saying. Like that idea goes back that far, at least, that is in recorded history that I've looked at, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back further. Like sons of God, and then just the Bible. Sons of God. Sons of God, and then the Bible, of course, because they're trying to eradicate all other opposition. Right. They take a well-known theme and turn them into evil human giants. Yeah,
yeah, and there are other cultures, even in that area, that the Greeks. I'm looking at this over here. Let's look at this. It says the Greek mythology goes back to the 8th century BC. The written epics of Homer, but its roots much older, blah, 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 blah. It most likely stems, the mythology, from oral traditions that may go back to the Minoan civilization, 3,000 years to 1,100 years BC.
The Minoans
they were something.
I want to know more. I want to know more about the Minoans.
Yeah.
They were really, actually, I don't know. What kind of society were they? I think women had more stature there. Like far
Absolutely.
more. Yeah, far
that's what
more.
I thought too. They covered it in Stargate.
But I don't know. You're right. Is that them?
Yeah, it was the Minoans. I think it was like 2nd or 3rd episode where they go in there and there's the land of the light and the land of the dark. Yeah, the land of the light. Those people are Minoans, descendants of Minoans. Minoan culture, you've got art where women they went around with their breasts exposed. They'd wear just a skirt. It was a big thing in their culture. It wasn't a thing at all in their culture. You know, and there was a lot. They worshiped the bull. Lots of the bull worship.
And there's the Minoan goddess too, who I think also has some, of course, similarities to Asherah, mother goddess, with like the snakes.
Probably too. Yeah.
The fertility, the fecundity, yada yada yada. It's, you know, those crossover ideas that just kind of are in every culture, I guess.
That's right. That's kind of where we're going with all this. But it's all spread out. It's all like a mixing of
each other. Like we said yesterday, these religions didn't come out of a vacuum.
A vacuum. It's hard to say which one was the first. Which one was the first? How do you gauge that so far back? I mean, I guess you could gauge that so far back, but then when you go back and look at the ancient Mesopotamia or there were other civilizations. The Chinese had civilizations.
I know nothing about them and their gods. And I'd love
the Indus Valley, the cradle of civilization, as they like to say it. Indians are funny about that. They're like I say they like a whole people, but yeah, it's like a Chekhov. They're like, we invented this, we invented that. Well, this one Indian doctor I used to hang out with. His name was Dr. Raghu, and he used to be all big on that he'd take credit. Indian culture, anything wise from the ancient world came from India.
Absolutely.
Jesus was influenced by or was from India as
I've heard
like
that
the
story.
Buddha or something. Yeah, the Buddha, something like some along. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus actually come from the Middle East, either China or India. Was a traveler, came through. It's all very interesting.
Yeah.
Circumstances.
They want to claim fame for something.
Right.
There's no way.
The one
there.
The one I do want to learn more about, though, is the Asherah. I hear a lot about it. We talk about her on the show here. And it's kind of, it's like a metaphor for our society, how men of our society have treated women. Bury it, get rid of it. It's not worthy, unworthy, despite how awesome she probably was.
Exactly.
Who's Asherah? I don't know. Ask your neighbor if they know who Asherah is, and chances are they don't know. They don't know.
I mean, if they know their Bible really well, they might remember that there's a Asherah pole, but they would only know it as a pole. They just think that it's some kind of piece of idolatry and nothing more. They don't understand like the hidden symbolism behind it, and that it shouldn't be a capital.
Right.
Since they do capitalize things in the Bible, even though it wasn't capitalized when it was written down, that they should capitalize her name. But, she's buried, she's hidden. That's not going to happen.
Right. No, of course it's not.
No.
I don't know. I still think it's very fantastic that show that I saw about the lady. I'll have to watch some more of that. And then, of course, we haven't even talked about the Egyptian culture. And, the notions that Moses, the story of Moses, whenever he came down from the mountain with the tablets, his people were worshiping a golden calf, and that golden calf was almost certainly Hathor, an Egyptian god. So yeah, and nobody really discusses how many other gods are mentioned in the Bible, just as some kind of passing by demon, stupidity of another culture. Right.
Failings.
Their mythologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But mine is accurate in truth.
Ours is always right. I feel it in my heart. Jesus touched me in my soul and in my pee-pee. Amy Nicole Cervantes says, I knew everything I know about Asherah, I learned from Ryan. True enough. Thank you. Hey, Deviant Outcast, thank you for the sex. Can I ask for your help? I need to pump up to 2 very important calls to the authorities, and my CPTSD and ADHD are working. I don't understand what's going on. I need a prop.
You just need somebody to cheer you on. You got this. Oh, is that what you're saying? Because we believe in you.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can do this. Yeah, no doubt.
You got this.
We can treat you like God. You are worthy.
Oh my God. I could bow at your feet and take my hair and cry and wash your feet with my tears. If I could, I would.
Isn't that funny how their God just needs constant worship and praise? Like he sits around going, I'm a bad God. And they're like, no, you're worthy. You're a worthy, good God. He's like, no, I'm a bad God. I'm sad.
No. We love you. You're special.
Very true. Thank you for the sex, Deviant Outcast. And you got this. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a minute. Let's do this one right here. I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be back. And I pushed the button. Did I push the button?
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, and we are back. Okay, so I got my coffee. I am a snappier dresser in hell. I like that outfit. The wife hates it. She hates it. She thinks I look like a bartender. Yeah, I used to. I matter of fact, I went to a couple of auditions dressed like that. An audition for an English play. I thought it was really, really kind of dapper myself, but
Very dapper.
Yeah. Ryan Koltasik and Daily Atheist. If you want to talk about ancient Egypt, you know that's your field, that's your bag, huh?
That's her bag, baby.
Excellent. Well, I am a fan. So did you hear what we were talking about Hathor? I think you probably knew that already. We were talking about something about the Egyptian gods the other day. Oh, if the word Amen that people say at the end of a prayer, Amen, is related to Amen is in Egypt and Amen Ra and any of that thing. So just kind of curious. Let me go here. Did we get Amy Nicole Cervantes became a member? Thank you very much for becoming a member. You guys are wonderful. We appreciate you. ZZ Top approves. Dapper Dinosaur. I haven't seen the Dapper Dinosaur in a while. I haven't checked on this channel. Let's see. That's rough, Chris. That wisdom save DC to resist being forced to your knees in reverence to is unreasonably high. I don't get it. Anyway, that wisdom save. I got you. Done. I got you. Yeah, I failed the wisdom save. Okay, yeah. I rolled a low roll. Good morning, Shashir Baggett. Thank you for joining us. I love it because of Bitch Teresa killed my troubles, and you know the full story of Bitch Teresa on Indian issue. Yes. If you know, do you know what he's talking about?
No, I don't know.
Mother Teresa.
Oh, Mother Teresa. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She's probably
Teresa, that's a fitting name.
You could argue she's probably responsible for more deaths than Pope Hot. You could also probably argue that her actions are still killing people today.
Yes.
People today are dying of AIDS that would not have had AIDS had they acted properly. Mother Teresa and John Paul. I'm just saying.
Her attitude, her behaviors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To sit there and watch people suffer to death.
That's God.
Because
that's good.
Yeah. Like that's good because that's what Jesus wants. And then you go get the best of medical care. You go to America for a heart doctor.
She had a superiority complex. She thought she was special. She thought she was above it all, but she had the power from God to treat people like that because that's what God wanted, or at least that's what she wanted God to want for her.
It's kind of amazing how she got away with so much. There are things like people that she ran around with dictators. She hobnobbed with murderous fascists. She could go around with anybody. She's ministering to them. Well, fuck, right? Yeah,
right.
One of those things. Let me go.
She's probably helping to consolidate power. Let's be real.
Yeah. Yep.
So we know like the dirty things that those large, big churches were doing.
That's right. And Amy Nicole Cervantes hit it on the head, saying they fast tracked her to sainthood. You know, they've already got a saint.
Kirk.
They've got they've got, I don't know if they're going to do that for Kirk, but they got a saint already, a millennial, a younger man they're trying to saint or some business like that. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Carlo Acutis, born in 1991, which makes him the very first millennial saint.
Wow.
So, yeah, apparently he will be a first millennial saint. He was a computer whiz who in the early internet to spread awareness for the Catholic faith. Yeah, so he's one of those.
Oh, so he's an internet missionary. Huzzah!
An enemy of the people. Yeah, huzzah. Yeah.
So that's all you got to do to reach sainthood nowadays is be a good missionary. Like, Lord have mercy. My gosh. Y'all that desperate.
Yeah.
Like for real. Yeah. There's people out there who've done some real amazing things that have changed the course of history. And that's what you choose to make us.
Yeah, I know. Austin Sims, good morning. Demoni Green. Let's see. Ryan, your hair reminds me of a little rogue X-Men. Oh yeah, Rogue from X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a way.
Like straight. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's a compliment. I like that.
Ember says he was a troll we all defeated in AOL chat rooms, but he persisted, and that's the miracle. You know, that'd probably be an apt way to describe the entire, situation. People like that. Yeah, sure. To them, he's a good guy. I don't know. You could almost argue like how many kids have been SA'd because he spread a message that encouraged these people to take their kids to church and they got SA'd.
Or how many of those people that he brought in were pervs?
Yeah. I wonder, here's a statistic I'm sure we can't cover. How many people out there sit there and went, you know what? I can't do this thing, but if I join the church, I can get away with it. How many men do you wonder possibly are out there who...
Too many.
Who joined the church specifically so they could SA children and get away with it. If not now, then throughout history.
If you know that you can attend a place where people will still warmly welcome you when you behave like that, because there's been plenty of churches that I have seen confronted about the abuse, and the church is still rallied around the preacher or the man because he's a God-fearing man and he deserves to be forgiven. And who cares what the victim feels?
Right.
Because it's not about the victim. It's about whether or not God forgave the person. Right. That's what matters.
Were they worthy of being forgiven?
That's what matters.
Adrian Belgrave, good morning. Thank you for joining us again today. Steve C is here as well. I prayed to God to make me an atheist and my prayer was answered. Way to go.
Oh.
Question me, good morning. Way too many is the answer. I don't know what the question was, but I believe you. Secular feelinist should be a parent fearing man instead of, Gandhi would have been on that Ep Island, LOL. That's kind of true. A lot of people don't realize about Gandhi he was something of a perv. He allegedly, now guys, I'm just some jackass on the internet. But he would allegedly tie a string to the head of his penis when he went to bed at night. So if I don't know if it's just when he went to bed or not, but if he started feeling any kind of bad temptations, he could yank on that or some business. I don't know. And like Theophilus said, he liked them young. He liked to sleep with, not like in the same bed with, young girls. Now, was there any hanky panky? You know, they don't really, you know, but yeah, he was into that sort of thing. I mean, it's kind of,
What a weirdo.
yeah. And it's kind of weird in a society like that, because despite knowing the circumstances and what may happen, there are parents out there who will
Make exceptions.
willingly take their parents or their kids to give them for that. Oh, you know, that's this. Why is that crazy to us? Parents throughout history have always sacrificed their children. You can find that anywhere, from ancient Aztecs to in Europe, whenever they'd bury their babies under the post of a house. I mean, it's nothing. Today we see it like a thing, but it's nothing. And you know, that notion of killing your firstborn son. Well, you know, firstborns are usually jerks. Donnie, if you're watching, sorry, you're just a fucking jerk. Am I right or am I right? I am right. I love being right. So, yeah.
Oh, brother.
So overall, that's kind of where things are going. Let me see here. Poop. If what's that?
I just said, my goodness gracious. To make somebody a saint would to me be somebody who is the epitome of compassion, of kindness, of goodness.
Right.
And knowing that in their ranks they still have Mother Teresa, knowing what she did, it makes me feel as though any saint is just soiled and sullied, because I couldn't trust that they were really the person that we were being told they were. Right. I just have no faith in it.
Yeah, after all we know about Mother Teresa and John Paul II, can't leave you out, buddy. You were there too.
Is he the one who helped the schnatz?
No. He was the one. He was the one with Mother Teresa telling the Africans not to use condoms. Yeah. So I don't know what I was going to say, but
I'm sorry.
They're bad. No. That's all right. It's my fault.
Yeah. The Pope, whatever he was, and then whoever was the Pope who decided to help the Nazis, that guy can suck it as well. Like, come on.
That's true. Okay, there you go. That was what I was going to say. Okay, if you know all the things you know about Mother Teresa and John Paul, and they still venerate them. That's the deal. We know these things today. It's all out in the open. We know, and yet they still venerate these people. So what does that mean about this guy that they just made a saint? It means he's trash, just like Ryan was saying a few minutes ago, or at best he's trash.
Yeah. What could I possibly trust about this person if this is your pedalized, whatever you want to call it, person, your trophy person? No, thank you.
Right.
Don't ever saint me. No.
Locked on Law says I can't take seriously a religion that sells Pope soap on a rope at the gift shop. Do they? I mean, I don't know that they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Don't drop
yeah. Of course, this is also now that somehow we got onto the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is also an organization, one of the richest, probably the richest religious organization in the world.
They are a danger to our country.
And yet, whenever during the COVID, they were taking PPP funds all across our country. The Catholic Church was taking PPP funds all across this country, despite being one of the wealthiest organizations in the world.
Indeed.
And then we're talking about like this parish in, I don't know, was it South Side Philadelphia or some bullshit? And that parish was getting like $5 million worth of PPP funds. I'm like, well, how many people do you have, and how much do you pay them? You know, I have to say though, in the last 10 years, the idea of $1 billion has changed. $1 billion used to be an unthinkable number. You know, didn't even think about it. I mean, what was his name? I want to be a billionaire, right? But before that, you know, it's just billionaire, you know, he's a million. And now everything, you know, this company over here, they got fined $3 billion. This person over here, this company over here just got bought out by this $2 billion. Donald Trump's son got $2 billion. I mean, Where's my $1
allowing
billion?
these people to reach heights where we'll never be able to get them. I mean, not never, but you know what I mean? It makes it extremely difficult to close that gap.
At what point, though, whenever all these people have so much money, does money not have any value? For those of you who don't remember, because you weren't there were rich people in Germany during and before World War II. But at the end of World War II, after they collapsed, they were taking barrels of Deutschmarks down to try to buy bread with it.
Jeez.
We could be seeing that in our future.
Yikes.
You know, like, we're good. We got $100K in the bank, and we got, three cars, and we got a motorcycle and 10 houses or whatever we got. It only matters if the dollar value sticks.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying.
Our dollar. In God we trust. I think that says enough about our dollar. That says all you need to know about the dollar.
I tell you, that is the truth. Steve C. to protect the PDF files. That's right. I don't even know. I know what we're talking about. I'm kind of waiting to see how long that's going to go. How long are they going to keep the government shut down? This is, is the United States government ever going to reopen again, or is it over? It could be over. It could literally be over, and they're already got other systems in place. Donald Trump's is fascist, all this other. I mean, it could be over. At what point? I know it's crazy. That's just crazy, right? It's crazy. They'd never do that.
I don't know what to think. It seems like Dems definitely don't want to cave. Republicans certainly aren't going to cave.
Yeah. I don't think the Republicans want the Democrats to cave. I really don't. I don't think they really want them to.
Because they're getting what they want while being able to say, well, they could if they wanted to. They're just not.
And while the government's shut down, my understanding is they're getting away with a lot of things. They're doing things that they couldn't do when it was open, cutting these programs or doing stuff. They're just hurting, banging, breaking things, because that's what they do. They'll keep it closed as long as Taco is still alive. That would not surprise me. As long as Donald Trump is still alive, I mean, we would not reopen it, go into there won't be a next election. There won't be a midterms. Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely doing things where he's supposed to be getting the power of like Congress, and he's going over their head. And then whenever there's something that we're asking him to do, he's like, well, Moses Mike Johnson, sorry, that's what they call him on iHip. Moses Mike Johnson says that he's not a king, so there's only his hands are tied. There's only so much Trump can do until he wants to do something, and then he just goes over. It's just truly annoying. I know that they took I forget how much money, billions actually probably is the word, because millions wouldn't do it, but billions of dollars from one program that was supposed to fund research. And then went to pay the troops. And I mean, I'm happy for the troops to get paid, but it's just another one of those like taking away from education and sciences and putting it towards the military yet again.
Yeah, like the military, or not even the military anymore, huh? Now it's going to ICE.
Yeah, the new Secret Service.
See, here's the deal. Before, when it was going to the military, it was preparing to defend us or attack a foreign enemy, from a foreign enemy, or attack a foreign enemy. ICE is there to protect the government from our own people. That's kind of what it's going to be for. You don't need that many billions and billions of dollars and hundreds or thousands of employees for what they're doing. It's for what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump's already talked about that. Somebody in the chat, Warren, very cute. It's very cute of you. Warren Heaven says, very cute, says 1,178 days until he's out of office. Just hold on. Really? You think? No offense. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk to you, but Donald Trump is not planning on leaving office. His first month in office, this time he was selling Trump 2028 hats. He's already talking about not, and Mike Johnson and Lindsey Graham are also talking about it too. So just watch. That waiting it out is not the way to go. Waiting it out is not the way to go at this point.
Just gotta keep fighting the good fight. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So America will be dumb meatheads. Will be.
Will be?
You're using the wrong tense, my friend.
Is he?
I'm just saying. Yeah. So
Actually, just take out will. Be dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be. There you go. There we is. I ain't afraid to say it. Let's see here. Resist
Chemical
is
Squirrel
aiming-
says, do you really think he will live that long? To be fair, who's to say? I do think that he's having some kind of, I mean, the fact that he's talking about taking a cognitive test and telling everybody about the cognitive test that he took and how well he did about it, and that he would perform better than AOC and that one rep that he seems to have a hard on for. Oh, I can see her beautiful face. But anyway.
Ilian Omar?
Well, he doesn't like her either,
Oh, yeah.
but there's another one that he talks about constantly. Anyway, but the way he talks about it is if, I was able to pass that test and the questions are really hard. Like, bro, you should be able to pass that test. Like, that's not really a brag.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's not really a brag. Crockett. Thank you. Jasmine Crockett. That's who it is.
Oh, she's so fantastic.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she's so quick-witted. Like, she'll get you.
Yeah.
But you can just see how he feels so insignificant compared to them because he's always, and when he gets questioned by in the Oval Office or wherever they hold their press conferences, apologize. Like if he does allow a Black woman to ask a question, like the last time that I saw him ask her a question, he said something to her like, "You're real stupid. You're stupid," or like,
I know.
That is just absolutely abhorrent for a president to be talking to the American people like that.
Yeah.
And no respect for journalists, obviously.
None at all.
None at all.
Oh, yeah. The Lügenpresse, the Lügenpresse.
What's that?
That's German for the lying press. That's what Hitler used to call them. The Lügenpresse, der Lügenpresse. Yeah, I was talking about that back in 2016 whenever Donald Trump was running the first time. He was saying, "You're the fake news. You're the fake news." They would be out there in these rallies, and they'd have little tables, and he'd point them out. "You're fake news, and you're fake news." And this is long. I mean, he was building up to where he was going. I wrote an extremely ridiculous spoof script of an Adult Swim style show where Trump became eternal dictator of the U.S. by getting infernal biotech made. Well, see, let me finish reading the whole thing. From baby spines grafted onto his body. That's not crazy. That's not too crazy. One of the things that Donald Trump has going for him is he has got the best medical care on the planet. I know he's not the best in health or best in shape, but he's got the best medical care on the planet. And you can't really think that he's not doing anything. He's like not letting them do it because they are. He's taking scans that you don't normally take just to make sure. They're doing everything they can to keep him alive as long as they can. That scan, what kind of scan was it that he took?
MRI?
MRI?
Yeah, you don't just get an MRI for nothing.
I don't think you do. And I would almost suspect it was probably a full body MRI, looking for everything, looking for any little.
While you're in there, would you not?
Yeah, I mean, he did ace that test though, thankfully.
He aced that MRI. Got the bias forever. Oh, I cannot. Yeah.
John Hudson, go ahead.
No. Again, MRI. You don't just willy-nilly. Oh, hey, I'm gonna go get an MRI. Like for us, the normies. For the normies, you got to jump through hoops. They want to make sure that they're going to get paid before they'll allow you to get an MRI. And then once they realize that they can get paid, then they'll say, "Yeah, you know what? We're going to do an MRI."
Well, one of the things with him is they at his place they skip the whole "will we get paid" part because he's not paying. The government's paying. I mean,
right.
Yeah, so he doesn't even have to worry about that. Even if he's like a billionaire now, right? His family has grown, their wealth has grown stupid
Oh my
amount.
gosh. And now his son with the crypto thing that he was doing.
That too. Yeah, I wanted to think he wasn't going to be a criminal like his father and the rest of his family, but
we wanted to.
It's hard to get away from it, I guess.
Baron.
Yeah, I'm true.
Yeah, good job, Baron.
Baron. Oh yeah, way to go, way to go. What do they do with all that money? You know, that's one of the things I like to think about. You've got Jeff Bezos, you've got Zuckerberg, you've got all these, Donald Trump, and they have billions of dollars in banks, billions of dollars that grow, while it's there, but it does nothing. It does nothing for anybody outside of, if it grows on interest, but it does nothing. There's so many people that money could be helping, but it's just locked up. It's like they take these dollars and they scoop them up and they put them away so no one else can have them. And then, it's just crazy that they would do so much. Kelly Laughlin, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. The thing is,
yeah. Who would be, this would be my question. Let's say something did happen to him. Who would be the one who can rally the MAGA crowd? Like, who would be the one that group of people would get behind?
I don't think any of them. I don't think. Now, I think they'll split. I like Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson's a fucking idiot. And he's so pompous. The look on that man's face, just the look on his face is like
that smirk. Yeah,
like arrogance, like disgusted arrogance, like I don't know. He's just always got a look on his face.
Mm-hmm. Like he's holding in a fart.
Something like a happy fart. He knows it, and you're beneath him, and you're not going to get to smell it because you're not worthy of his happy fart. Let's play a song. We'll be back in a minute.
Mi burrito es tan bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco bueno bueno. It stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister. Now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs.
Yeah.
We are back. I got a comment. It was just fantastic. I can't let this pass. Secular Feelinist says, they say Miller got into politics because his arms were too weak to strangle prostitutes. Well said. Go, Ryan. She saw that and she's telling me about how she could beat his ass.
I would beat him up every day. I don't understand how every single day that guy didn't wake up with fists in his face. I don't know how he didn't walk through the school and he was not being shoved into lockers. And maybe that's what kind of spurred him on, but I doubt it. I think he's just always been evil from the day
It didn't
he was
happen
born.
enough.
It didn't. He needed more beatings.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
You know, I've kind of heard that he has always been evil from his own family members. We've got video of him from whenever he was younger with hair.
In school,
Always.
saying like not picking up trash, and that's what the janitors are for, and that's what they should be doing.
I think he had more pro-Nazi things to say about people in camps.
Yeah,
like brown people. It's been a while since I've heard it. I just remember him saying things that were unfortunate. There are many retired people who rely on SNAP and old people vote. Yeah, well, voting ain't going to matter anymore. Thank you, YouTuber Grudge, for becoming a member. I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, voting won't matter. Like I said, Donald Trump is he's trying to put troops into place between now. I mean, go look on the internet. He's doing it. He's appropriating troops, sending them to all 50 states, or he's starting to. And the plan is whenever he doesn't allow elections to go through and the people riot, he'll have the military in place to take care of us, put us down.
That's what he's going to try to do. I did hear about 2 National Guardsmen not going to their deployment.
Refusing to be deployed.
Yeah, refusing. Thank you. Sorry, the words weren't coming to my head. But hey, that's a start.
It is. There's probably more that we haven't heard about.
I do believe there has been, but I think
I want to believe
they're going to punish. They're already talking about court martial and stuff for them.
Yeah. Well, you know, there is a conscientious objector, and I don't think they can court martial them for refusing to attack their own people on American soil.
Yeah, if it went to like some,
yeah,
I'm assuming that there's some kind
Donald
of
Trump
trial court thing.
What's that?
I was just saying, I would think that there'd be some kind of wouldn't there be like a little trial for them to argue against it?
Yeah. And then, especially if it was like a Marine, for example, who refused to deploy to California because he's a fucking Marine, and you don't deploy the Marines to your own people, right? And that's just, you don't do that.
No, I would think if you were trained like they are, that to you, that would be something. The only time you would ever think you'd be deployed like that is because you were literally like planes above dropping bombs. Like that's how serious it is. You wouldn't be deployed to go stand up against your fellow Americans. Like that would just be like out of the ordinary. I would feel like.
I would want to think.
If they're training, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stupid. I don't freaking know.
I don't know. It's bothersome.
Oh, a courts martial is courts. Okay.
Yeah,
so
courts martial. Yeah.
Is it like a trial, like a normal, like we would have like civil trials and stuff with a judge and a lawyer and or?
I think so.
Okay. Well, you would hope that wouldn't go through. But if they are starting to get rid of all the commanders and generals and who are standing up, then they.
Oh yeah, as soon as Donald Trump came into office, they started firing. He got Hexeth in, and one of the first things he did was fire 8 generals right away. Fired
with
them.
That recent strike, somebody was just let go. That strike down in Venezuela. I forget who it was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good with like generals, captains, yada yada yada. But somebody resigned or was let go because they wouldn't drop the bombs.
And I heard that someone stepped down for the same reason. They weren't. This is not right. So. Caitlin Chloe says, hi, Caitlin. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you very much. She sent me something. Nice to see you. I hope everything's going great in your world. It's been crazy in mine. It's been, I haven't seen you in GE. I guess you guys are still busy as ever. They're always doing stuff. Very proactive. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I need to find out. I want to ask how you and everything's going in your world, considering the government shutdown.
Yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay.
Yeah, really
sucks.
True enough. Let me go over here.
And the job, from what I'm hearing, I don't know, off, personally, but from what I'm hearing, the job market isn't great. People putting out, somebody said they put out like hundreds of applications. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. I can't verify, but they say they're not getting any callbacks.
Well, you heard that the jobs report was so bad that he fired the lady who gave the report.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's
and then
didn't you know?
Huh? That's how you fix things. That's right.
That's what you do. You just fire the person who gave the bad numbers, and then they're not bad numbers anymore.
That's what I would do. I mean, that's how I roll.
That's how God fixes things, Chris.
Yes.
Instead of getting rid of like the evil people, he just kills everybody.
Isn't it funny? There's no real stories about any punishment or pain or anything that God did to Satan or the advocate or the Lucifer or whoever, but his own son, however, he was keen to punish, torture.
Satan was given a kingdom.
Yeah. Just like Cain.
Yeah. Cain got to go to a whole new city and nobody could touch him, right? He was untouchable. And then Satan got to come down here and, if he's a bad guy, I mean, we're defenseless. But why aren't they still reproducing? Like, why aren't they still having babies? Because they could just make their army bigger. So they should still be producing Nephilim. And I'm just saying, if you're out there, Satan, I am ready and willing to start that back up. Like, let's go.
Right. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Just putting it out there.
Let's go here.
Consent, because consent's probably important to Satan. So I have to say it out loud.
Right.
So he knows.
For some reason, some people like consent. I don't know. As a matter of fact, that's interesting. I'm doing Evil God Monster of Abraham, episode 16. And in that chapter of the Bible, not Abram, Sarai, Abram's wife, gives Abram her Egyptian slave, Hagar.
Oh, Hagar, yeah.
And the whole question of consent, as I'm doing my video, I'm like, well, the notion that what girl? What happened? I'm
sorry. I was just laughing at Adrian because he said, why are you looking up when you're talking to Satan? I'm like, I actually don't know.
Kip Davis says Cain built the first city. Cities are bad. Cities are bad.
Cities are bad. Okay.
Yeah. Lots of reasons to not do cities. I'm just saying.
Yeah. There's a whole thing against the farmers and the shepherds. Like, that's integral to the story. True. They were warned against each other. Them city folk, them slick city folk.
That's something I've been saying for a while. I just say it as a joke, but I noticed that the first man to kill another man did it in the name of God, but it was a vegetarian who killed the carnivore, the carnivorous person.
Right. But that was never a theme that I was taught as a Jehovah's Witness. Never, ever, ever. It wasn't until I started studying for myself and I was like, wait a minute, wait a second. This is pretty cool. Right. To understand, what it's about now. I mean, it sucks.
Wait a tick. Yeah.
Cool.
It is amazing. Hey, Austin Sims says, hey, we killed your kids, but here's some new ones. Basically the same thing, right? Clearly written by an absolute. I'm in, like I said, Genesis 16. And worth mentioning for those of you who don't know, that she does give him her slave. He does have sex with that slave. He's like, all right, sure. Yeah, sounds good. He does have sex with that slave. Then they have a baby and they raise the baby. And then Sarah gets pregnant. Ooh. And when Sarah gets pregnant, that changes things. And then, can't do anything when she's just pregnant, though. You got to wait until the child is. So as soon as he is weaned, they kick Hagar and her son out into the desert. It literally says, this paragraph, it says, when Isaac was weaned, then they sent her away. They kept her only as long as they thought they needed her for a male heir. And as soon as he had his own male heir, they literally kicked her out.
Mm-hmm. And she was on her own. And you know how women are looked upon if they don't have a husband, they got a child.
Right.
It's just cruel. It's just cruel.
Question me says she really gave him the slave he was already banging behind her back.
I know, right? It's not funny, but I mean,
it's
come
probably
on.
True.
Sarah, you're dumb. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, here's what I like to think. I like to think that Sarah didn't write that book. Let's give the credit that the person was real. Who probably wrote that book? Did she write that book, or did he go, you know what, I hit it, but I don't want to be a bad guy and say I fucked around on my wife, so I'm going to write it down and say that she gave her to me so I could have a male heir, which is more likely.
Because I don't believe in God or anything. I don't trust him. That motherfucker.
Boom, 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 boom. There. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I don't have a poll today, so we're just going to have to fake it. Ember says, weird how the book of Job shows that resurrecting the dead is very much not a power possessed by God. You know, okay, I love that, Ember. That's a very keen observation. What I want to say is this, is it doesn't say God couldn't resurrect them. God chose not to resurrect them. Or it just never came up, right? I mean, I only say that because there's other places throughout the Bible where God, or through his power, people are raised up and resurrected. So to use it now, if he had said at that point, well, I can't resurrect your family, but I can give you a new one, then that would mean he couldn't. But he never says he couldn't. Maybe he didn't like them. And he wanted, I'm just saying, that's kind of thought. Yeah.
He's like, nah, actually, I don't want them kids.
I don't know. It ain't right in the head.
I want a new batch. Like, did they come all at one time? Did God give him like several wives so he could just impregnate them all at the same time and then get like a whole new batch? Or did the one wife have to like have one after the other? Like, how long did that take to finally get up to the appropriate? Question. Just curious.
Yeah. Absolutely.
These are the questions that I need answers to, people.
Ways to Human says that's fair, Chris. Maybe he could and chose not to as a punishment. I just don't. Now, I'm not overly familiar with Job, but I have been through the book of Job a time or three. And I think
his name means punished or punishment, something like that.
But I don't remember, just before I forget my thought, I don't remember God ever saying, I can't resurrect these people, or I won't. I don't remember it ever even coming up. I was just like, okay, they were dead a long time ago. And now that you've gone through all these trials, we'll go ahead and raise you up more kids. Not his wife. His wife survived, I believe.
No, you'd have to, if you wanted to make that argument, you would just have to infer, just, do the same stuff that the apologists do.
Yeah, maybe his kids were shit, though. Who knows?
They weren't believers. That's the problem. They weren't true believers.
They were not true believers. That's right. Bastards. Who is it? There's one of them who, it may be Job, where the brothers and sisters are partying and having sex together in the beginning of the book. They're having parties. They're partying and all this, and Job doesn't like it because he's a cranky old man. He doesn't like it that the kids are all partying and having a good time. And it implies, if not directly states, that the kids are having sex, the sons are having sex with the daughters. And I think that's part of the reason why I think we might want to look into that. Ember says it kind of goes to what you've said in the past, Chris, that prior to the New Testament, God couldn't touch you after you were dead. You are the safe ones. No, that's not what I said. What I say is that before the New Testament, God would kill you. After the New Testament, God sends you to hell. You go to hell. Jesus brought hell. Before the New Testament, now God, I don't know if God resurrected people or didn't resurrect them. I don't know. And he may not have. Does anybody know of him resurrecting people in the Old Testament? There are people who got resurrected in the New Testament. And if Jesus did it, he did it through God's power. If anybody did it, they did it through God's power. If anybody has ever been resurrected, it was done through God's power. So that means God has the power.
Might have been one or two.
Right.
Somebody help me. But I know
one of those where
Enoch just got lifted up, but not, that's not resurrected. But I'm struggling. I feel like there's one or two, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. Enoch was taken bodily into heaven, right? But yeah, I don't know though. I personally don't remember. I remember them in the New Testament.
Because I feel like Paul does. And I feel like remembering Paul is just like, a reflex of you know how they do that. They're just using a story from the Hebrew scriptures that are inspiring now, like but I could be making that up. Yeah, I feel like it might be. I was in my head feeling like it was Elijah or Elisha. So maybe we're right. Yeah. Maybe the two of us are kind of feeling each other here.
And I remember reading. Okay. I remember reading the books, the Left Behind series, and in the Left Behind series, 2 prophets appeared, and they began preaching and speaking. And those prophets, if I remember correctly, were Abraham and Moses. And all the people all over the world could see what they said because of TV. As predicted in the Bible, everybody all over the world could see them. And everybody could understand them as they preached in the streets for 3 days. And then they were killed and their bodies were left in streets, something like that. All that is part of the New Testament. That is interpretation of what happens in the New Testament in Revelations. So that's bringing people back. But I don't know how that, I don't know. That is a good question, though. I'm looking to see. But yeah, Kelly, I've been having a problem with my connection, too. I'm surprised I've been on this long. It's been going okay today so far. Question me says, I remember one of the Eli boys with a woman's kid in the Valley of the Dry Bones. I wonder if we're missing something. Let me go here.
It was from some book, Kip. I'd have to find the book where I read that. And I read too much, so sometimes it's really hard for me to remember where I found stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you know why that's why. Because the other day I was studying for Daniel, the story of Daniel. And they were explaining like the names, and they were like doing comparisons, and for whatever reason they were just talking about, Daniel was judged, and his wife Donatia, her name like meant my judgment, and then they were it's just that whole thing about names in the ancient days, whatever. That's when it came up, but I'd have to figure out what the hell book that was from. I don't know. Too much.
Yeah. Okay. So Kip Davis says Job's children were not having sex with each other. All the text says is they were enjoyed parties regularly, and Job was very concerned that they might not have had bad thoughts, that they might have had bad thoughts about God or some business. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. But they were. I remember it being partying. There was parties going on.
Maybe they were doing festivals and stuff like that.
Well, I started to say
worshiping other gods.
I could have swore I remembered that it was implied, at least, that they were, hooking up. But then again, this was the NIV, and is many years ago.
It could be like a translation thing, and they were like alluding to, idolatry.
What does party mean?
Yeah, right.
What does it mean to
doing
party?
at the party? Are they worshiping other gods? Are they a little hussies? Like
dancing naked or what?
What's the dealio?
But I thought the emphasis, the problem seemed to be that they were partying together. I thought was the problem. That was the issue he had with it. It wasn't that they were partying. It was that they were partying together. That's what I thought. Mini moons.
You're not supposed to have a good time when you worship Yahweh. Excuse me. Not
never. Right.
Really?
Yeah. Kip says there's no implication that they are hooking up. So, yeah, gotcha.
We just want them to be hooking up, Kip.
We just want them to hook up. Yeah.
We were hoping they were having a good time back in the ancient days.
Hells Bells. Hey, how are you doing? I hope everything's going great. I'm still here at work listening. This is the routine now. Got to work. Listen to Ryan and Chris do my job. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you.
Listen to us yap.
I know, right? Sorry. Demoni, make a Jehovah's Witness explain how only 233 or 244,000 or so will be saved. Depending on who you ask, I guess. So you think you're going to be one of the less than a billion? That's the whole deal. We got billions of people who are been here, going to be here. I mean, there's only a...
They have like a whole thing to that 144,000. They're special. They're chosen, anointed ones. Mm-hmm. So they get to be rulers in heaven. So the rest of us normies, us plebes, we just get to be ruled by those special people. That's all. It's just, you know, they're different classes of people. It's no big deal.
Gotcha.
Sorry,
Gotcha.
it's funny.
Okay, so I'm just reading here, and this is all right. So in Job 1, 2 through 5, we're told that Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters.
So 10.
The sons held feasts in their houses, each on his day, and they sent and invited their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And after every round of these feasts, Job performed sacrifices just in case his children had sinned or cursed God in their hearts.
Ooh.
So that's where I got the implication that something was going on. I'm just saying. In a fashion, it is implied. Because
Job made sacrifices
after every party
to try to make up for whatever he was afraid that his chitlins were doing.
Whatever sinning he thought they were doing, during their parties, right? It was their parties, and it specifically notes that the sons invited the daughters. And then because of these parties that they were having, he's making sacrifices. I'm just saying. Not that, I mean, Dr. Kip's a scholar. I'm not the scholar. I'm just reading the shit. That's the whole deal. I read it like it says. You know, that's
you kind of got to do both.
Yeah.
Like you kind of got it. Like as an atheist, we have to do like double duty. We got to know what it says, what the Christian thinks it says, and then we also have to know like the fracking context of it, what it meant to them.
You know, let me continue reading what this thing says. It says, here's what raises eyebrows. The daughter's constant inclusion at the son's private feasts suggests intimacy beyond normal family boundaries in that culture. Ancient Near Eastern norms wouldn't have favored men and women, even siblings, drinking together regularly unless there was something unusual about the relationship. Point number 2. Job's anxiety about a hidden sin implies more than casual partying. The Hebrew phrase, curse God in their hearts, may hint at moral corruption, not merely impiety. And then their destruction. All 10 are killed at once when their house collapses, can read as divine punishment aimed at them rather than at Job. So these are just kind of notions, you know.
What's that from?
What's that from? What?
That you read, was that like from?
Oh, I got it from chat. Yeah, I just got it from chat. Yeah. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because I get something from chat.
No, I was just curious if it was.
Because I mean, chat. No, we can go look ourselves in Job 12, 1, 2 through Job 1, 2 through 5. We can go look ourselves. But I get you. Yeah, it's on first blush. But see, that's what I thought. I mean, I read this years ago. I didn't go to chat years ago. I read Job years ago. And that's what I came away from it with. And this chat agrees. All I asked, the only thing I asked chat was, no, that's the wrong one. The only thing I asked chat was, it must have been on a different screen. Did Job's children have sex? Where's my question? Why aren't I seeing my question?
Well, the Bible does have a lot of focus around sex. I mean,
anyway, yeah, they really do focus on sex. But I mean, I too thought it was weird that they mentioned the girls and the boys going to the party, and then weird that right after the parties, he's going to go sacrifice an animal in case they sinned. Sinned how? God is bad. I got drunk and said God is bad. I don't think that's it. Maybe I'm naive. But one thing I am willing to do is go, you know what? I'm wrong. Are you, Dr. Kip? I'm just saying. Or because even though what it says, because and you're the guy that wrote the book, that's what it means. I'm just curious.
Well, I do wonder, why does it say that at that time, like, I don't, like, is that true? Women and men wouldn't like drink together? They wouldn't have parties together? Like, that seems weird.
Modern Middle Eastern cultures, I don't think they do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm like, in the Ugaritic text, I don't see any indication of that. So I'm just like, is that just like a Israelite thing where, of course, like they're more just regimented and separated, and see women as
Right.
less, maybe more than other cultures at that time. I'm just curious about that part. Why is it so
That's true.
weird that brothers and sisters would hang out and
That's
have
right.
drinks?
So weird that they even mention it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering.
But like Kip says, he's going to need more than fucking Chat GPT. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
once I mentioned that, and we put all those together, how, notice here how this is, and this is, and this is, and then he goes, this story's intentionally absurd. Rather than going, hey, you might be right. Let me go check that out. Huh. I'm sorry. I'm not me trying to be a dick to Dr. Kip. I like Dr. Kip. He's cool. Anyway, the rules for how magic works in Dungeons and Dragons are inherent. Well, yeah, I get that. They deviated from the original fantasy lore laid down by Tolkien, literally every biblical argument ever. I don't know what we're talking about.
I do not know either.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's not related to what we're talking about, I guess, but I get it. It is, though, when you read the last line. Literally every biblical argument. Yeah. Yeah, you're not doing it right because you're not doing it right. It is not going to work because you're not doing it right.
Right. Like we were talking about curses and stuff. Like in the Bible, if you're cursing somebody, who's that power coming from?
Right.
I mean, that could only be coming from God. So God's approving of like a magical curse. So that magic must be okay. Or when Moses has his staff and the staff turns into like that magic is okay.
Right.
Or when God creates a snake has them make a snake on a pole and that's going to heal people. Like all those magical things are okay if it's with Yahweh. So Yahweh or the highway.
Very true. Interesting. But, according as we were asking earlier, I found several people who were resurrected throughout the Old Testament. The widow's son is Zepharith, the Shunammite woman's son, and a corpse revived by touching Elijah's bones. So there were several people who, But but my deal though has always been, not always been, in fact, I think I've only recently, but then I've always kind of maintained that in the Old Testament, you just died. There was no real hell. You just died. You ended. But in the New Testament, you live on forever and you get forever punished. So Jesus brought hell.
There's some idea, like little bits, kind of inklings in Ugarit when they talk about like the Rephaim and they're like, dead king, like they're alive. But then when they die, there's kind of like a special place where you call out to them, yada, yada, yada. They join you for feasts and stuff like that. But that's kind of like the only real time they mention anything after death. And then similarly, it's not really mentioned in the Hebrew Bible either. I think it's the other day I got confused about a scripture. There's one in Isaiah that kind of talks about, trembling under the waters, like, in the afterworld as such. But again, it's just so scant. You have to pull like such little threads to try to build this afterlife idea that really doesn't come till, much later. There's many scriptures that you could pull from that say specifically, from dust you came, from dust you will return. Like dunzo, nothing more. You know how that is. Again, you could pull so many different things together and try to create something if you really tried.
Gotcha. Very true. Greg S., you'll die no matter what. He kills everybody regardless of what they believe. Nobody gets out of this alive. Very true. All right, guys, I'm going to do a thing. We'll be back in just a minute. Let's go. Let's do this one here.
Finnegan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Finnegan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Pupius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalop the Fifth.
You're popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanagan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Pharaoh Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label, a warning label on the box, not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Will there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
All right. Dr. Gibbs says, I would expect the language to be different if the implication was sex. The word whatever is very broad. Stop. If it's very broad, it could apply. If it could apply, it probably does apply based on every other inference that we've mentioned. There's no other reason that they could have, that they mentioned the girls being there, that they sinned, that he sacrificed directly after the parties in case they sinned. All that says this one thing. The word is very broad. Stop. Now, you also go on, but I would expect a word like this word or that word or some mention of this word. Not if they're inferring. Not if now you're talking about like some word of sex. Yeah, they had intercourse or they had sex or they bumped uglies or something like that. But that's not what they're saying. He's like, oh, they sinned in God's eyes. That's all he's saying. Because to say any more, I'm just saying. It's just the obvious of what else? Give me any other reason why he would have been sinning after their parties. They said bad things about God. It just doesn't. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But Dr. Kipp did write the book, so
it could just be because they're doing celebrations at times that they shouldn't be doing them.
Well, it does say each son has a party on his day. It doesn't say he has it off his day. It says he has his party on his day. That's literally what it says.
Mean, on his day.
I don't know what. I've wondered that too. Is it like his day of the week or his day of the year? If it's his day of the year, like his birthday, then what the hell? It's only 3 parties a year, man. Get over it.
Yeah, I'm curious, like what that means. Have we lost what that means? Have we lost what that means at this point?
But there's a couple of things at play here, and one is that there's a lot of things that go on between here and there, and what they mean and what they wanted. I have no idea about what their culture was about, and there could be 10 million reasons why he could be upset with him besides having sex with each other. There could be any number. You know how religions are. It could have been that they didn't shake hands with the goat when they entered the tent. It could have been any freaking thing that he felt.
Maybe they were supposed to make sacrifices after the parties or before the parties.
Maybe that was the deal.
Doing it.
Yeah, there you go. Could have been anything. Yeah. So, I mean, I draw that inference from all the evidence put forth. But again, I didn't write the book, and there's so much going on culturally.
Well, when people were reading it, what were they thinking? And I just don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know. I know what I thought.
I don't know
exactly what I thought years ago. Anyway, but maybe I'm just perverted. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there could be something to be said about that now, Chris.
And of course, Dr. Kipp says, yeah, what would I know? I'm out. See, I'm sitting here half the time going, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm willing to at least say I'm wrong. And he gets offended and he bails because I question his authority on the word. You can't even acknowledge that you might be wrong, at all. Or go, you know what? Just cool and go on. Dr. Kipp, you're going to bounce like that? Really? I'm out.
Now, gentlemen.
No, really. I mean, if you're going to be that way about it. But no, I'm sure I'm wrong. I was even willing to admit I'm wrong. I was in the middle of saying I was wrong or could be wrong. One of us can say that. I even winked at you in the middle of my sentence and said it, but no, he ain't listening anymore. There should be no shame if you're wrong. It means you just learned something new. Yes, but if you've written the book, you can't be wrong because the book, right? But he didn't write the book. I'm just being a dick now. I'm being a dick and I don't need to be a dick. I'm sorry. Let's not do this anymore. This is not what we want to do.
Segue? I mean,
segue. Let's talk about other gods.
Other crazy gods?
Other crazy gods. How many of them could there possibly be? Yes.
I mean, there's a few. There's a few.
Yes.
I don't know that many. I don't know many of them, but I know that there's some
very
crazy ones, depending on what your type of crazy is.
Yeah, I know. I think what I'm going to do, Rainbow Ash says I'm a super dick. I know. What the wife says.
Adrian said friendly fire.
Yeah. It just, I mean, okay. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to read our live chats out real quick. Our super chats for the day. Deviant Outcast gave us 50 sex, lots of sex. Thank you very much for that. And Amy Nicole Cervantes became a channel supporter, re-upped, I believe, or became a channel supporter. And then YouTuber Grudge upped their channel support for the 5th month in a row. Thank you all very much for your support. You guys are wonderful. Ryan, thank you for joining me today.
I love you all. Deviant Outcast, good luck with your call. I hope your call went well. Bye, everybody. Love you.
Yep. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Send safely, my friends.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Confession booths busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats, the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink,